create, that connection, like, remember, create kind of a story about the person as well. You kind of name it, you have a little bit of a kind of a bio. One of the big ones was remember their name. This is one I've kind of struggled with recently. I feel like, when we go through school, there's like all those games that we play to get to know people's names or something. And there's none of that in the real world. When you connect with someone, it's just like you have to, remember their name and remember, if you meet a lot of different people and, I can remember things about people, but remembering people's names is something, I don't know why it's escaped my mind, but the importance of it really was dawned on me in this book, and I've tried to, prioritize it.
Maybe you can share with us, now that you've read the book and even beforehand, what you do to remember names now that you know, like, okay, I really got to focus more on that. What have you seen works to help remember somebody's name?
I'd probably, writing it down and making notes about people. Sometimes I think that could be a good helpful step, and either on your phone or written in person or written on paper. I think that's a good way to remember it. And trying to create, that connection, like, remember, create kind of a story about the person as well. Kind of name it, you have a little bit of a kind of a bio, like imaginary, maybe a social media profile for someone that doesn't have social media, which, I mean, you could also use social media as well. That's also another way to learn people's names if you forget. But yeah, just trying to be more attentive and like trying to listen, in that first conversation, because after the first, it's like it gets more awkward if you don't ask for their name. It's a slippery slope that, like, what do I do now? It's like, do I ask for their name again, or?
So I love how you shared that, kind of making, or honestly, knowing their story, which I think if you're good at communicating in general and maybe trying to get to know somebody, understand them, you'll get to know their story.
Mm-hmm.
I love that you mentioned, knowing it, and heck, maybe even repeating it to that person so they know you're on the same page. Great, that's just a basic sales tactic there.